What's up everyone, Thundertracker here, welcome back to the channel. Today we are doing something a little bit different. Since there are no car shows or anything like this car related to, well, pretty much film, I am going to focus on a little side project of mine. Today we are working on this. It's my old trusty keyboard and we are going to replace the LEDs in it. If you're like me and have an older keyboard, this one is a Logitech G11, you may be confronted to a little problem, which is the LEDs of the backlight failing. I currently have, I suspect, 3 working at the moment. So we're going to see, well, at least how many are working, and then we're going to attempt to repair it and, well, clean it up a bit because it's a bit dusty. So here you can see what I mean. You can see that this part here is illuminated, this part is flickering, so that means there's an LED failing over here, but otherwise the backlight is pretty dim. Compared to my Corsair mouse, it's really night and day difference. So we're going to replace those LEDs. So for this little job, it's very simple. You'll need a screwdriver set, you will need your LEDs, obviously, these I bought on eBay from England, and you'll need a soldering iron. This is a soldering station that I have bought because I have other projects to work on, so this was just a cheaper alternative for me. And that's pretty much it. So first things first, we'll need to dismantle the keyboard. So here we have some screws that we have to take out. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 15, 16. So we have 16 screws to take out, so we are going to do that, well, right now, I guess. And here I just remembered that before dismantling everything, we may want to take the little keys out before everything. So yeah, let's just do that before removing the screws. Before dismantling your keyboard, take a picture of the layout so that way you can put the keys back in the exact same spot. Jeez! I've created a catapult! Okay, last 3 keys. And this last one we're done. So, this is what, well, 10 years of dirt look like in a keyboard. So remember, clean up your keyboards, kids. Alright, let's just get rid of that. Okay, I'm going to put all of my keys in this plastic container. All done, I'm going to fill it with warm water to just loosen up the, well, finger grease that's accumulated over the years and just loosen all the dust and gunk and everything. Alright, so that's all done. Now I'll leave it for, I don't know, I think I'm going to dismantle the keyboard and then clean them because, well, I don't know how the warm water is going to react with the keys. Now, grab your favorite vacuum cleaner and just give it a good vacuum so that we'll remove all of the dust before the cleaning. And just like that, we removed all of the dust. It's by no means perfect, but it actually got rid of 90% of the gunk. So, at this point you may think, well, was it actually the dust that was preventing it from backlighting as it should? And the answer to that is no. Because, well, if you can see, all of this is a single piece with the silver lining. So that actually isn't the reason why it wasn't backlighting. Because if you look closely, it goes through these little holes. And I'll grab a key, and if you can see, the key is actually transparent. So the light shines through these holes and lights up the key, which is also clear on this side where the writing is. So, well, let's get back to dismantling. Now that I think about it, we are actually resto-modding this little keyboard. Because, well, we're restoring it by cleaning it up and just making it look nice. And we're also modding it by changing the LEDs. So yeah, we're doing some resto mod. Let's see, oh, it's just as easy as sticking a fingernail in there and just popping the whole frame off from the looks of it. Okay, now, yeah, just as easy as that. Who knew that forks make excellent prying tools? So yeah, if you don't have a flathead screwdriver at your disposal, one mini little fork like this is going to do the job just fine. So just be sure to have that in your toolbox. Not just for eating your lunch, but for helping you with random projects. Well, this thing's giving me a hard time. Why is it not wanting to come off? Okay, so it would appear that it just pops out, but it doesn't want to pop out for me. So yeah, I don't know how I am going to make that pop out. Come on! Holy crap, looks like it's glued in place. Well, let's see. I've bent me fork! Okay, so this is not going to give up that easily. Okay, let's bend that back where it was. Okay, fork has been repaired. But for that... Oh, there we go, it popped off. Okay, good. So it looks like the problem is on this side. Something's worked. Ah, there we go. Yes, finally. Okay, so with that, we do have a whole bunch of screws all around this grey plastic piece. So we're just going to remove those real quickly. At this point, you can just remove this little connector for the USB cable, so that it doesn't bother you, and then you have a wireless keyboard. Now that you've removed all of the screws, and made sure you removed all of the screws, it should just pop out. Okay, so that's done. And here, you can see the backlight system. This is actually it. So there's actually 9 LEDs, and there's a polycarbonate piece that the light shines through, and it actually illuminates the whole. So let's remove the LEDs, because that's what's causing problems. Teeny tiny little 3mm LEDs, if it wants to focus. Come on, focus. Maybe it's too close. Oh, there we go. So you can see it's, yeah, little 3mm LEDs. I've got the replacement here. The only thing is, these are round LEDs and not square. So the first thing we're going to do is actually check if one of those little LEDs fits into the holes. And it looks like it does. Okay, so here you have, well, the innards of the keyboard. So this is actually a membrane keyboard. It's supposed to be a gaming keyboard, but it's in no way mechanical. But yeah, this is the keyboard, and you can see everything is transparent, so that you can, well, have backlight, I guess. I don't even need to close my curtains, because here you can see that these three are dead. This one is dying because that's changed color. This one is still good. This one is, well, deader than this one. This one fried, this one fried, this one's good, and this one fried. Oh no, this one's dying because it's flickering. So yeah, so this is the first stage. The first stage is flickering, and it's going to go like this, or like this, and like this, and then it's going to completely die. So yeah, we are going to have to replace all of them, I guess. Okay, so now that my keyboard is pretty much taken apart, I've isolated the LED strip. I've just unplugged it. So here we have the LEDs. We are going to get soldering. There are two ways to see if the iron is hot enough. One way is to take the wet sponge that you have in your iron holder and just put the iron up to it. If it makes a light sizzling sound, that means it's ready. There is another one which involves your solder. So you just put the tip to the solder. If it melts, it's good. Now, there is one thing about the fumes that escape from the solder. You do not want to breathe that in. So fortunately, I am doing this in my kitchen area, and I can just turn on the ventilation. It's going to get a bit loud. Let me put my recording thing here. It's going to get a bit loud, but I prefer that over having, you know, cancer and stuff down the line. So now what we are going to do, we are going to put some solder on these parts here that are connected to the LEDs. And to do that, well, just take your soldering iron with some solder on it, preferably, and just put your solder on it. So yeah, you want to heat it up because we're going to remove them and put new ones in. So what I would suggest is grabbing something like, I don't know, tweezers, something like this, that you can grab the LED with while also heating it up. A third hand is actually a pretty good recommendation for this job. So what we are going to do is, well, just heat it up. Going to remove that solder that I've just wasted. There we go, an all clean tip. And well, we're going to, I don't know how I'm going to do that. Well, I may sort of get it there or something, just not moving, and just remove it, just like this. So we're going to do the same thing to all of the others, just apply heat, remove LED. Next, I've just had an idea. Let's see if I can put a clamp on it. It's not holding. Ah yes, it is. Okay, so it should be heavy enough for me to then remove the LED. Okay, so I've just removed, well, the whole LED strip from, well, this little thing, because this last little guy is just giving me a hard time. I can't get it out, and I just don't know what to do at this point. Ah, there we go. So that was easier than I thought. Alright, let's do that with the rest of them. Okay, so that's everything done. But I've also messed up some of the wiring, so I've desoldered some wires. So first I am going to repair that, and then we can solder on the new LEDs. So now we are ready to install the LEDs. So the first thing to know about LEDs is if I take this one here, you will notice, if it wants to focus, that a leg is slightly longer than the other. The longer leg is positive. So if you look at your board here, for example, you can see in the markings, for example here you have D3, and you can see that there's a little plus above the hole. So that's where you should put the positive of your LED. Here we have our first LED installed, so we are just going to do that for the 9 others, and then we'll be ready for soldering. Soldering is far easier than desoldering because you only have to solder one leg at a time. So it's a much easier thing to do. So what you are going to do is take your solder, just put it near the place you want to solder to, and then just heat it up. There you go, Bob's your uncle. I'm going to show you the solder joint that I did, if it wants to focus. There you go, it's not perfect, but it's a pretty good one still. On focus. There you go. See? So I'm going to repeat the same process for all of the LEDs, and well, I'm going to see you for the reassembling. Okay, so I've soldered everything, and now it's time to see, well, if the LEDs work, if I did do everything for a repair or for nothing. So let's just plug it in. Hey, look at that! Yeah, I picked blue LEDs to replace the blue LEDs because, well, these were just the ones that, well, I thought worked better, and it goes with my mouse. So, yeah, everything works. So that's pretty cool. Okay, I'm going to reassemble everything, and I'll see you guys when it's all done. And here it is, once everything has been reassembled, and you can see the LEDs are pretty bright, which is a good thing. That's what I wanted, because otherwise I can't see them in the dark. So it's a huge improvement over what we saw, well, before actually. So that's super cool, and I'm pretty proud of myself, I should say. Well, they actually turn out more purple on camera than in real life, but well, they are pretty blue to my eye. So I think it's time for a little comparison. We went from this to this, and I have to say the difference is night and day. The keyboard is absolutely spotless, it's super clean. There are some places like over here and somewhere around here where I messed up and scratched the grey panel because it's just painted. But other than that, it looks stunning. It looks like a brand new keyboard pretty much. But yeah, all of the LEDs are working, everything is clean, and yeah, I'm just super satisfied with myself. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, a comment down below, and subscribe if you are new and if you, enjoyed this thing. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Stay safe, and keep on drifting. See ya.